What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, the anime guru, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at none other than the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Majin Vegeta event exclusive, and this is one I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, so let's not waste any time and dive right into that sexy packaging. Now, since Tamashii Nation started this packaging style for their event exclusives, not much has really changed. As you guys can see, the box is just filled with silhouette images of the figure, looking very nice in this black and kind of almost pearlish blue color, more on the turquoise side, and then you do have some darker tones just along the packaging. It does say SH Figuarts Majin Vegeta Event Exclusive Edition. You got the window where you can see the figure. He's painted so much nicer than the original release. At the bottom, you got the sticker right here, Dragon Ball Z Exclusive Edition, Tamashii Nation's Bandai, warnings, all of that good stuff. Nothing going on at the top. Dope image of him right there on the bottom. Along this side right here, we have a picture of him with the effect piece, and then of course on the back you got some poses you can get the figure into, some of the accessories, and then some stuff at the bottom that no one really cares about. But anyway, let's go ahead and bust this figure out of the packaging because I'm a little excited for this one. Now, straight out of the packaging, the first thing that I want to do is give a big shout out to the homie Friendly Neighborhood Collector for picking this up for me. Man, thank you so much. I know it's always trouble to wait in those lines at SDCC, deal with those crowds of people, especially when it's 1,000,000 degrees every single day in just about every single state in the United States. So, man, big shout out to you, brother, for this figure. I appreciate you so much, man. And guys, I always say this, but I love to say it. Make sure you go follow him, because honestly, if he didn't exist in the action figure community, I wouldn't be here. I only joined because I was inspired by his work. So guys, go show my boy some love. Please go and follow his Instagram. He's a great guy. He's really humble, and he's just extremely awesome, man. I love you to death. So James, if you're watching this, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Now on to this figure. There's not really a whole lot to say. Event exclusives are figures that we've already gotten before, so we know exactly what to expect from them. They're just going to be repaints, and then from the looks of it, ever so often they're going to throw in new accessories, which is kind of what they did with this guy, which in my opinion is going to be the highlight of this review. But I'm not going to waste a lot of time with this one. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Now, looking at this figure up close, the first thing I want to say is that the face plate itself is painted so much better than the original release. This looks to be on par with modern day Dragon Ball figures, and that's one thing I really appreciated. Just overall, the skin tone and everything on this is so much better painted than the OG. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't care for the hair. I know some people like the metallic hair or the more shiny hair. I don't care for it at all, not even a little bit. I like the OG style. I would have loved to have these painted face plates on the OG hair. It just would have, in my opinion, made for a better figure. Now, I don't have the OG one to show off in comparison, so don't expect that. And again, I'm not going to take too much time with this review. I do think that the gi is a tad bit darker on this version than the original, which it should be. But the weird thing about it is that there's a little shading in here, and it's just mostly in this area right here, like around the thighs. And I don't know why they did this the way that they did, because everything is like a tad bit of a darker blue, and then you get right here, it gets really light, and the transition is not that good, man. It's almost like it just goes from light to dark, and I don't get it, or dark to light, my bad. I don't know, man. It's just very weird. I don't like the paint scheme on this whatsoever, and it's strange because they usually do so good with event exclusives, but this falls very flat for me. Like this, nothing about this feels any more exclusive than a regular figure, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm not digging this one. And then also I have some white paint right here. I don't know what that's about. It looks like it's scratching off though, so I'm not gonna hold that one against him. But still, I don't know, man. This figure just, it feels flat. That's all I can say about it. I'm not going to go into the details. There's no point. We've seen this before. But yeah, I don't know. Paint-wise, it's not impressive. I'll just be honest. The faces are painted very nicely. Everything else is just eh. Anyway, let's go ahead and put him back and see how tall he stands. Now, for the height of this figure, to the top of his head, he's a tad bit over 6 inches, about 6.5 to the top of the hair. But to the top of his forehead, he's actually only about 5 inches. So a little bit on the smaller side, as he should be. Of course, we all know older Vegeta figures should have been even smaller than they were if they were to fit in scale the way he looks in the series, but that's neither here nor there. Articulation wise, he looks up about that much, which isn't too bad. He looks down only about that much, but because of the way the eyes are painted, it's still just going to look like he's looking forward. So you're not really going to get much out of looking down. He does get really good tilt turn, all that good stuff, but it is still on the old engineering, and so it's not a double ball peg, meaning that you might have to rock this around sometimes to get him to look in certain directions. It pegs on very easy, so you don't have to worry about that. Arms really only go up and out about that much unless you swivel them around. That's what's going to help you get those extra poses. When you use the butterfly joints, they come in about that much, so you can totally do Final Flash, Gallic Gun, whatever it is that you want to do. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, hands are on a ball peg, and that was loud when that came off, but yeah, it's on a ball peg, moves around freely, but there is going to be a little bit of hindrance because of the glove. At the diaphragm joint, it works well enough. He leans back about that much, forward about that much, a little bit of rocker in there. He does have a swivel at the waist, very nice swivel at the waist. I think the first one had a problem with that. He kicks all the way up to the point that the leg will pop off. Sorry about the background noise. But yeah, he kicks all the way up, and I'm trying to get it to come up like, I don't know, like one of the photos they posted. Anyway, you can get it up about that much before the leg pops off. He does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, foot goes down about that much, then it's going to pop off up about that much, whole lot better. Ankle rocker still sucks. Toe hinge is only about that much. So articulation wise, same as before. It's decent, but it still needs to be better. With this being a repaint, I can't expect it to be better, but for future releases, Tamashii Nations, you guys know what it is. Moving on to accessories, you don't really get much outside of what you got in the original release when it comes to the faceplates and the hands. He does come with a neutral angry Vegeta expression and a pair of fist hands. He comes with the angry looking to the side face. I feel like it should be looking to the side a tad bit more, but it's fine. At least they fixed it with this release. He does come with a grinning face, which is him when probably he's provoking Goku, but then he also comes with another provoking Goku face where he's grinning but his mouth is open. We didn't necessarily need both of these, but we did get these with the original release. And then we get one angry expression, which I still can't believe they skipped out on giving us a final explosion faceplate. With the fact that they're including new accessories, I would have thought that adding something like that would have been a given, but I don't know, they skipped out on it. Anyway, he does come with a pair of martial arts fighting hands, a pair of Big Bang attack hands, and then he does come with a hand for, I believe his Atomic Blast is what it's called in Dragon Ball Budokai 3 at least. I don't know what it's called outside of that. But yeah, he does come with one more thing, which I'll show now. Lastly, he comes with this really dope key charging effect that we first saw with the release of the event exclusive Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and here it is making its way back into the line once more. The key effect does come by itself with these 4 add-on electricity pieces, which are dope. I do think they really help for that Super Saiyan 2 feel, and honestly, this is what I would say does make this figure worth purchasing. But if you're not someone who wants this, it's up in the air. I'll discuss that in my final thoughts, but if you want to see how he looks in the aura, here you guys go. That does not look bad at all. Looks really dope. I dig it. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to a demoniacal fit Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and the reason I even have this is because basically what I said earlier in the video, I just like the Super Saiyan hair painted this style. I don't like the shine, and I just overall think that this figure looks better than the official release. I said what I said. Anyway, we also have him standing next to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super CGI Gohan and Piccolo, which I think he scales with these just fine. Again, he does need to be a tad bit smaller, but it is what it is. Next up, here he is standing next to an SH Figuarts 3.0 Frieza and SH Figuarts newer release Trunks. This is the 2.0, 3.0, one of them, I don't know. And then we have him standing next to the SH Figuarts 2.0 Krillin as well. Moving into some randoms, because y'all know I don't keep my Dragon Ball figures. Here he is standing next to a Figma Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Honorin Satoru Gojo, or Gojo, let me make sure to get that right. The SH Figuarts Chainsaw Man, and then also a Mafex or Metacom toy Ben Riley Scarlet Spider. Lastly, for even more random extras, here he is standing next to a Jack Pacific Shadow, a Marvel Legends 3-pack Daredevil, and a Jazzwares Agent Peely. And one thing I wanted to show off, just because in my opinion, I think this would be a better look. I would love the Majin Vegeta on this body right here if Tamashii Nations had done it, which granted, it's not completely accurate because the shirt he had on in the Majin Saga didn't necessarily have this many wrinkles, but I do think that overall this is just a better look. And my perfect Majin Vegeta would be me popping the arms off of the figure and then popping them onto here, meaning basically taking these arms off, putting it on this body, and it wouldn't be that difficult to do, to be honest. And also the skin tones on these match well enough that it doesn't look bad. Like, you can barely tell the difference. So I don't know, I just might do that because I like that a lot better. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts about this figure, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This is one that I straight up don't feel like it's worth the money. Nothing about this figure feels premium. I mean, it's painted a little bit better on the faces, but nothing about the body was painted well enough to where it's like it justifies this extra pricing. And then it doesn't even feel as quality as some of the older event exclusives we've gotten. Now, normally they are just repaints, but usually the plastic and everything feels much better. They feel good in hand in comparison to the original releases. They feel more sturdy, more durable. This feels the exact same as the original release, and it's not that much different in terms of paint. And then where they did do the weird shading at the knees, it's just, it looks strange. I don't know why they did it that way. It's like they molded it in one color and then they just sprayed a little bit of extra blue paint right there to kind of make it look like it's fading into a lighter color, but it's not. And then I know some people are going to want to pick this up just for the aura effect. I'm going to tell you guys right now, they're going to give us this aura piece as a regular release. They know they're consumers. They know that we're going to want to buy these. I've seen people use the one from the Super Saiyan 2 Goku on not only Dragon Ball figures, but I've seen it on Kamen Rider, JJK, even some people using it on Naruto figures. Tamashii Nation sees this, and so they are going to give us a regular release at this point. My main issue with this figure is not the paint though, or even the fact that they added this aura in and made it cost a little bit more. It's the fact that they still didn't give us a final explosion face when we've seen that they've been adding in new accessories. Like, that, in my opinion, is Majin Vegeta's most memorable moment, arguably, or arguable to maybe when he blew up the stadium, but I think that final explosion was more impactful. And so I don't know why they didn't include that. That's just really strange to me. But overall, I'll be honest, I don't see this being worth the money. I don't think it's worth 80 bucks. I don't think it's worth 90 bucks. I definitely don't think it's worth scalper prices. Now, if you do want to get your hands on it, I've heard that in the next couple of days it's going to be going up on Premium Bandai. So if you want it, just make sure to wait it out. Do not pay scalper price for this figure. It's not that serious, I'm telling you guys right now. But anyway, that's my review. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If not, it is what it is. But make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.